His name was Kaito Harune. 24 years old, financial economics degree, 6 years of corporate accounting experience, and a bank balance of 340 yen. While people his age were traveling and falling in love, Kaito was reconciling third-quarter accounts payable for a mid-sized logistics company that did not know his name. Every night looked the same: a desk buried under ledger reports, a cold cup of coffee, a half-eaten convenience store rice ball, and the quiet hum of fluorescent lights long after everyone else had gone home. His co-worker Tanaka would pass by, coat on, shaking his head. "The variance report could wait," he would say. It was 11 at night. The senior partners would not even read it before the morning meeting. Kaito knew that. He kept writing anyway. Somewhere around year 4, he had stopped believing the work would ever matter. He just kept going because stopping felt worse than staying. His mother sent messages asking if he was eating properly, mentioning that his cousin had just been promoted to department head. He would stare at those messages for a long time, then put the phone face down. At 12:20 in the morning, he burst out of the elevator into the rain, no umbrella, portfolio of reports under his arm, running 6 blocks to a 24-hour print shop. If he hurried, he could still get 4 hours of sleep. 4 hours was a luxury. He reached the intersection. The light turned green. He stepped out. Headlights, a truck hydroplaning on the wet road, tires screaming against asphalt. He turned, then nothing. Complete silence. Blackout. He floated in infinite white. No floor, no ceiling, no horizon. Still in his damp office clothes, a figure materialized from warm golden light, enormous and intimate at the same time, its voice like wind moving through a library. "Kaito Harune," it said. "Your life in that world has concluded." Kaito processed this slowly. He had not finished the variance report. The figure seemed genuinely uncertain how to respond to that. He sat down on nothing, stared into the white, and asked the only question that actually mattered. Was that it? That was his whole life. That life, yes, the figure replied. So there was another one. That was why he was here. Reincarnation into a different world. Kingdoms, magic, guilds, old ways. He would begin again. He asked why him. The selection criteria were complex and not particularly interesting, the figure said. What mattered was the gift. Those who passed through this space could carry one skill from their former life into the next. Most asked for combat ability, magical talent, enhanced strength. Kaito started pacing. A world of kingdoms and old ways meant no modern financial infrastructure, no central banking, no stock exchanges, no venture capital, no double-entry bookkeeping. He was running calculations, the figure observed. He was a financial analyst, Kaito replied. A world without modern economic systems was a world full of exploitable inefficiency. Supply chains without optimization, information without aggregation, capital without compound instruments. That was not a disadvantage. That was a blank canvas. He wanted to bring everything he knew about how money worked, every formula, every principle, every case study. The figure paused for a long time. It was permitted, it finally said. He was the first in a very long time to request something of this nature. In his last life, he had been invisible. Nobody read his reports. Nobody knew his name. He had worked himself into the ground for people who did not care. He was not doing that again. This time, he was building something real, something his. The gift was granted. One final thing. He would be reborn young. Childhood was a gift, not a setback. His name would be Ren. Ren Goldvale. That was a good name, Kaito said, as golden light consumed everything. Ren snapped awake in dirt beside a forest road. Wrong-colored sky, 2 suns, faint auroras bleeding across the horizon. He was 10 years old, dressed in rough linen, no shoes. He stood, brushed himself off, and took stock methodically. Forest to the left, road ahead, market sounds beyond the tree line. He reached inside his mind and found it all still there. 20 years of financial knowledge, crystal clear inside a 10-year-old brain. He exhaled slowly and started walking. First priority in any new environment was intelligence gathering. You could not make a single good decision without information. The town of Grandville opened up before him, a bustling medieval market overflowing with produce, cloth, potions, and tools. A magic user on a corner demonstrated a fire-lighting spell for tips. Guild medallions hung around merchants' necks, mixed barter and coin economy, copper, silver, gold tier system, magic as a real commodity. More sophisticated than pure feudal structure. Complexity meant opportunity. He stopped at a produce stall, a farmer selling apples for 2 copper each. 3 stalls down, a baker grumbling about running out of apples, sourcing them from suppliers at 5 copper. There it was. By evening, Ren sat on a water barrel in an alley, watching the market close. Day 1 in Aeloria. 10 years old, no money, no home, no contacts, no legal identity. In his past life, he would have panicked. Now he felt something he had not felt in either life. Genuine excitement. A girl about 11 peered at him from behind crates. Messy dark hair, dirt on her face, torn clothes, but bright and clever eyes. She had been following him since the grain stall, he said. She insisted she was simply going the same direction. For 20 minutes, through 4 different streets. She told him he walked like a merchant, but dressed like an orphan. He was an orphan, he replied, as of today apparently. Her name was Lena, an orphan herself since last winter. She knew a barn on Miller's Lane that was safe to sleep in. They walked together through the darkening streets of Grandville, and she laughed at his name. Goldvale was a funny name for someone with no gold. He told her quietly to give it time. That night in the old barn, candle flickering between them under a sky thick with unfamiliar stars, she asked where he was from. Far away, he said. Far like nobody would believe him. She nodded and asked nothing more. Could he fight? Number magic? Number farm? Hunt? Beg? Convincingly? He could read, write, and do mathematics faster than most adults alive. And tomorrow morning, he was going to make them their first money. He always had a plan. He lay back in the hay and closed his eyes. For the first time in either life, he felt genuinely calm. He had spent his last life invisible and exhausted, moving someone else's money in a world that did not care if he existed. This world did not know him yet, did not know what he knew, or what he intended to build. Nobody protects themselves against someone they have not noticed yet. The candle flickered out. Starlight filtered through the barn slats. Sleep well, Aeloria. He was just getting started. End card.